Hello everyone, Daedon here again with episode 18 of my blind long play let's play of 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors. And we find ourselves in a library. And we find... energy theory, huh? I don't even understand the damn title. Looks like this shelf's all science and technology. Okay. So, as I was saying, we have found ourselves in a greatly extended arc. So, what I thought would be wrapping up fairly soon might be taking quite a bit longer. And we have to, as always, seek a way out. So, let's get going. Paper. There's a note on that table. Lights to the books. Huh. What does that mean? Interesting. Well, intelligence often hides itself in darkness. Have you ever thought about the pages of a book? Each page only sees, what, maybe 2 or 3 minutes of light before the reader is on to the next? They spend the rest of their lives locked in darkness. Rather like myself. That's horrible. Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining, not at all. I live in the darkness, yes, but that has gifted me with the ability to catch the truths others might miss. I can hear the voices hidden in the darkness, you might say. Well, that's kind of creepy. But also, to be fair, I'd never thought about the life of a page. So, congratulations, game. You made me think and be all pensive and philosophical. Whoa. That looks important. I don't want to look there yet. Okay. This bookshelf's full of books on science and technology, things like energy theory. Okay. So we've got a whole bunch of books of various times. We're going to need to probably make some kind of puzzle out of them. Let's go look down here. This looks important. Not going to look at it yet. That's a weird book, Junpei. Indian mathematics. Hahaha, that's funny. Why is that funny? That's actually an excellent question. There's a weird book here called Indian mathematics. I mean, unless it's referring to 10 Little Indians, you know, Agatha Christie. But... yeah? Algebraic number theory. Math, huh? There's another one like that over here. You mean something like primary number theory? Or analytical number theory? Or geometry? Oh my gosh, how did you know? Nobody said anything about those. Well, number theory is usually split into 4 chief disciplines. If there was a book named Algebraic Number Theory, I took a wild guess that the other 3 would be there as well. Looks like I was right. The Pythagorean Theorem. This is a famous one. Sounds like there are a number of math books in this section. Pythagorean Theorem. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. Right? Yeah. This one's Goldbach's Conjecture. Conjecture? What's it about? Like magic or psychic stuff or something? That's conjure. Right, I bet it's about jewelry, isn't it? It may have an odd title, but it's actually a very respectable mathematics book. It deals with one of the unsolved problems of additive number theory. Sorry I said anything. Look, let's not get into this right now, okay? There's a weird book here, Indian mathematics. It says Riemann hypothesis. Oh, I actually used to know that. What is there to hypothesize about with a what? What is there to hypothesize about with a Riemann? Isn't it pretty straightforward? Clover! Heavens no, there are many factors. What the, there are length, girth, lubrication, and lack. Whoa! This was supposed to be a family game. It's an exciting and rapidly growing field. Whoa. That came out of nowhere. Okay. Okay. More books. Okay. Let's see what we've got here. So many books here. Wonder what this one's. Whoa, what's this? Warm? Oh. Sorry. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Hey, what's the deal with this sappy stuff? Huh? There are bunch of books here on folklore and myth here. There are books here in all sorts of languages, but there's something suspicious about the shelf on the left. Oh, this one. Got astronomy in there. Books are out of order. Okay. We've got some... Oh, lights on the books. Okay. This iron plate is bolted down. I don't think it's a door. I think it's just a wall. More books. More books. This big opening is the door to the library. It's pretty impressive. Almost looks like the door to a shrine or a church or something. There's another door after it, and then a passageway beyond that. At the end of that passageway is a door with that Neptune symbol engraved on it. Hurry up, we need to find the key with the mark of Neptune. Okay, this sounds like a job for the best brother and sister team in the world. Man, it's like Seven and I don't even exist. Okay, that's... No, that's not where I started. Ladders. Okay. Can't click on the ladder. Can't click on the ladder. Okay. So many books. The black hole hypothesis. Gamma ray astrophysics. I guess this bookshelf has an astronomy theme. Energy theory. Development of nanotechnology materials. Interactions between shortwave energy and matter. What else have we got? Just listening to you read those titles is giving me a headache. Can't say fancy technology stuff and I get along real well. Keep on talking about that stuff and you're gonna put me to sleep. Okay. I think I've looked at pretty much everything, at least in general. So let's get started. I want to see what's with the books in the case. That looks like a thing that I want to know. There's a couple books on the glass shelf. From left to right they say Volume 6, Volume 3, Volume 2, Volume 4, Volume 1, and Volume 5. 1, 2, 3, okay, cool. Can do all 6. Oh. Really? Okay. So... 6, 3, 2, 4, 1, 5. 6, 3, 2, 4, 1, 5. In the middle of the glass door is a cylinder lock. You know the kind of lock where you rotate the numbers around? 6, 3, 2, 4, 1, 5. I don't want to forget it. Until you've got the right ones to open it? What the hell is this? It's like they just gave us the answer. Guess I might as well give it a shot. 6, 3, 2, 4, 1. I'm a little concerned here. This is screaming trap at me. You did it, Junpei! Yay! I don't know why, but I don't really feel particularly happy about being praised for that. Whatever. At least the lock's open now. Let's see if we can get it open, alright? Powerful light bulb. Feels like a light bulb. Pretty high wattage, too, unless I miss my guess. This should generate quite a bit of light. That's nice. All 6 books seem to be pointing at the cylinder number lock. Okay. There are 3 lights in this thing. They aren't very bright, though. Hey, didn't we find some kind of really powerful light bulb earlier? Why don't you put it into one of those lights? Yeah, well, it'll get a lot brighter, but if there are 3 lights, that means 3 light bulbs. There won't be much point unless we can replace all 3 bulbs. We need 3 light bulbs, huh? Okay. Can't say I'm all that surprised. I just wish they'd let me, partially solve a puzzle and come back to it. Bunch of books, folklore, myth. Myth? Modern Japanese literature, huh? This one's a book on Japanese culture called Modern Japanese Literature. This entire thing is a book on modern Japanese literature? What's this? Origin of Japanese folklore? Looks like there are a bunch of books about Japanese culture here. Mostly ones about folklore, though. Well, folklore can cover a wide range of subjects. History, urban life, religious trends, environmental changes, oral traditions. Folklore can cover all those things if you know where to look. This looks pretty deep. Agriculture and historical organizations and folklore. A picture book. Here? Looks like it's an old folk tale. Don't you think it's a little weird that this book's on the only picture book? Maybe you ought to hold on to it. I got a book. Tales of Old Japan. It's got a magic wand on it. Okay. So what's inside? Well, aren't you going to open it? Pretty sure it's just gonna have pages inside, smartass. Whoa! It's a pop-up book. SE... -5? Southeast 5? Perhaps? Or... it depends on how you line them up. I don't know. SE and a dash and a 5. Okay, SE-5. What is that? Well, when I opened it, these 4 letters popped out. So I guess it's a pop-up book, huh? SE5. I wonder what that means. Southeast 5. Telling you that right now. This book is called Agriculture... yeah, I did that one. And there isn't a picture book on the shelf anymore. Sadness. Every shelf needs a picture book. So we're Indian mathematics. That's all okay. Daedon. What the hell is this? Wasn't that a German mathematician? Maybe it's a compilation of his work. Owen, huh? Owen isn't enough to go on. Perhaps it's about the English Revolutionary? I apologize for anyone who might know how to properly pronounce this. Leibniz? Leibniz? I don't know. This book is in German. It looks like it's the complete works of something. I've never heard of it. Well, if Snake doesn't know what it is, I don't think we'll ever know. Yeah, Snake tends to know everything. Sheldrake. I've actually heard that name. Sheldrake. Isn't Sheldrake... I used to know it. Like I said, I know the name. Paleontology. This one's about fossils, right? Ammonites are pretty nasty looking. Just randomly. Mother Nature. Is that some sort of book about hippie chicks? Oh man. Probably not, except perhaps tangentially. It's most likely about environmental protection. I was just trying to make a joke. Dude, hippie chicks? Really? The Theory of Evolution. Heck, even I know this one. This is that Darwin guy, right? Well, yes and no. Charles Darwin wrote a book called On the Origin of the Species, which is true. In it, he put forth his theory of evolution. Yeah, I remember that part. He called it natural selection. Exactly. This one says transition of extinct species. We need to hurry it up. We're going to end up in the pages of a book like that. Introduction to Geology, huh? Thinking about the Earth even when you're on the ocean. Kinda romantic in a way, I guess. Sure, we'll go with that. Theories of the Cambrian explosion? Ooh, Cambrian explosion is actually really interesting. It's kind of when life just kind of exploded everywhere in the oceans. Did a bomb go off near somewhere called Cambria? Wrong kind of explosion. Roughly 500 million years ago, during what is known as the Cambrian period, research suggests that the variety of living organisms increased by an order of magnitude. Why that happened is, however, still something of a mystery. There are a number of theories. This book is most likely a collection of them. Cool. Micrographia, huh? Ah yes, Robert Hooke's famous work, first published in 1665. He built a microscope and examined insects, inorganic substances, and other things too small to be seen in detail by human eyes. He then drew pictures of many of the things he'd examined and published them in a book. At hazard a guess, this shelf is concerned with natural sciences. Why did mankind lose their tails? Junpei, do you know what this one's about? Why are you asking me? I didn't even know he had tails to lose. Maybe you should ask a human with a tail. There are some. People are born with vestigial tails. Mankind's ancestors most likely lost their tails as they were no longer useful, and the nutrients required to grow them were better put to use elsewhere. At least, that's what I read. I was rather young. I may have remembered it incorrectly. Huh? Why the hell would a kid be reading a book like that? 'Cause he is Snake. Creatures of the South Seas, huh? I wonder if this one's got pictures of colorful fish and stuff. Okay. ERNL PEIUNEDB OHFB. Okay, so an EPNO-REH and IDF-LUBB. Okay, so this reminds me of Owen. What's the deal with these titles? They're all just gibberish. Hey, what if we, like, switch them around? Switch them around? Yeah. If we move them around, maybe they'll spell something. Oh, I get it. Yeah, heck, it's worth a shot. Okay. So, this will probably be open. Oh, okay. Open here, find bulb. How about this? Looks like putting those books in the right order opened this thing right up. Heh, that was a piece of cake. Hooray! You did it, Junpei. I guess that turned out well enough. So the letters from the title spell out, open here, find bulb. Alright, I think I get set up right, and they say, open here, find bulb. Well, that's straightforward enough. I open this thing up, I get a light bulb. Hello, light bulb. Powerful bulb. The light bulb looks like it's brand new. And it's really big, so it'll make a lot of light. Okay. I have to say, that wasn't a particularly hard puzzle. Are property values going up out in space too these days? Man, guess times are tough for aliens too. This one says cosmic inflation. Ha 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 ha. I see what you did there. Quantum gravity. 7, do you have an idea what this is? How about you start by using real words? Then maybe we'll get somewhere. Quantum gravity. I want to say that might be related to the strong nuclear force, but I honestly do not know. Or it could be an attempt to tie, like a grand unification theory into it, but I don't know. All that's here is Faraday's laws of electrolysis. I believe that's going to be about electrolysis in an electrolyte solution. These particular laws were set down by Michael Faraday. No, not one up there. Shame. Theory of general relativity, huh? Oh, I know this one. That's Einstein, right? Yes. Yes, it is. What's this? An overview of conformal field theory. Ah, well, it's a theory that posits an invariant quantum field where conformal transformation can take place. I know what that means. I mean, you got the quantum field. And it doesn't vary, but I don't know what conformal transformation taking place is. Knock it off with this science voodoo stuff. You're trying to put me to sleep? Yes. Yes, we are. Supersymmetric string theory in 10-dimensional space-time. I like string theory. String theory is awesome. And not the string theory from Quantum Leap. If any of you have ever watched Quantum Leap. They're just talking about superstring theory. It's a theory of reality where, how to explain? It says that all elements of the universe are governed by the vibrations and harmonics of tiny supersymmetric strings. Yeah, that's a pretty good summary. And, I mean, strings is a loose term, but, Okay, we've done all these. Kitab al-Asif. Man, they've got some weird stuff here. I can't even pronounce this one. Who's that? Some famous guy? It's not a person's name. It's the name of a fictional book created by Abdul al... Whoa, they're bringing in Abdul al-Hazred? That's Cthulhu right there. It's said to be one of the sources used in the creation of the legendary Book of the Dead, the Necronomicon. Oh, so these are all occult books and stuff. They are bringing in Cthulhu. This one says, The Golden Rabbit and the Moon on it. Does that mean it's about a rabbit that lives on the moon? Rabbits are pretty cute, but what's the moon stuff about? It's Chinese? Japanese myth, can't remember. It's talking about the Judas tree that is said to grow on the moon, according to Chinese legend. Yeah, Chinese, haha! I'm getting back all my points for failed knowledge in other videos. Teletemporation and telepathy. What the hell is this one about? I would guess teletemporation and telepathy. Teletemporation, that would be... distance... That's what tele is. Far time. Oh, projecting yourself through time. Well, I know what telepathy is, but I've never heard of teletemporation. It refers to having the ability to travel through time. Haha, yes, another point for Daedon. This book is called Mind Swap. I guess it's about mind swaps. You mean you could, like, change bodies with someone? Well, I guess I wouldn't mind switching bodies with my brother or Junpei too much, but I'd rather die than let Seven switch with me. What the hell? Like I'd even want to swap bodies with a little brat like... Hey, were you just imagining it? You were! Shut up. Yeah, well, he wasn't the only one. Junpei. On the spine. Sounds like a reality show. Huh, yeah, it kinda does. Did all these right? Yeah, Golden Rabbit in the Moon. Okay. I want to read... Oh yeah, Lights to the Books. I did already read it. Just didn't like me pick it up. Bunch of jerks. The shelf has a bunch of books about evolutionary theory. Now, did this one. Did I have this one? Look, this one's called Recreation of Lost Human Functions. You think they're talking about, like, if you, like, lose part of your body, then you could grow it back? Well, that'd be more of a lizard thing, but I suppose it would be a possible evolutionary branch. I don't think so. Maybe they're talking about reconstructing abilities that humankind once possessed. In other words, they may be talking about cultivating a sixth sense. This one. It looks just like that picture book from earlier. The one with the pop-ups. Think they're part of a series of something? They do have the same binding. I've got a book. Fundamentals of Baseball. There's a baseball on this one. Come on, Junpei, let's see what's in it. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say it's probably baseball stuff. Whoa! Head. This is a pop-up book. It's got the letters H-E-A-D popping out of it. SE-5, H-E-A-D. It's got the yellow is S and D. 5 is A. Okay. Interesting. It might not just be Southeast 5. Interesting indeed. There aren't any other books that look suspicious. Oh, look, Seven. Here's a book that's perfect for you. It's called Correlation of Muscle, Bone Density, and Bone Strength. You're just saying that because it says muscle. Heh. Principles of Monkey Behavior, huh? I'd imagine that's a book describing praxeology studies in monkeys. Monkeys are very similar to humans evolutionarily, so I imagine the research was fruitful. Functions of the human brain, huh? Guess this is a book about the nervous system? I'd love to ask you to read it to me, but I don't think we have the time. I'm kind of curious about it too. There's gotta be a reason why people connect with each other, you know? Dissection Atlas, huh? This whole shelf is full of medical books. Ancient Gladiators. What's this book doing here? Maybe they were researching human physical limits across history. Human Equilibrium Theory. Human Anatomy. Regeneration of Internal Organs. This book is just called Dissection. This bookshelf must be all medical books. From what I can tell, it sounds as though these books have been organized by genre. This library must be massive. I'm rather impressed by how well organized it is. What's that one called? It says Foundations of DNA and Genetic Engineering. Automated Robotic Assembly Line Techniques? Huh. What's that? Some sort of comic book? Geez, I guess boys really like that stuff, huh? No, you're thinking of a different sort of robot. This book is talking about automated machinery that's used to build things like cars. Communication and Computer Science, huh? That's a pretty generic title. To be honest, it's so vague I don't really know what it might be about. An overview of photochemistry. I think whoever set this up wanted us to see the cover, not the spine. Let's look at it, okay? Huh, looks like there's a whole lot of space behind these books. Photochemistry, because light. Look, Junpei, I think there's something hidden behind the books. Powerful light bulb. This is a brand new light bulb. Looks like a pretty high wattage one, too. Oh, because it's got the 3 lights shining down, and you gotta put the books, and because they're positioned like that, it'll give you an answer. Aha! Cool. Well, there was a light bulb here. There isn't anything here now. Yeah. Okay. I did all these. Yep. Hey, it's another one of these kids' picture books. Looks a lot like the other one we found. Cowboys and Indians. That's racist, Gio. This one has some Native Americans on the cover. Hey, Junpei, take a look at this one. Native Americans, huh? Maybe it's got some... Whoa! He's just always surprised, isn't he? L-I-L-K. Sure. Guess it's one of them pop-up books, right? Got the letters L, R, and K popping out of it. Can't make any sense out of them, though. Large, round, and kinky? Whoa! Jeez! Nah, probably not. Look, this one says Cultural Heritage of Rome. Bet that's gonna be serious inheritance tax. A History of Buddhism. That's it? Just, History of the Medieval Period. Maybe it's about Sir Lancelot? Isn't he just a story? Probably. I don't think you're gonna find a guy who didn't really exist in a history book. Oriental history. Maybe this one's about China's 4,000 years of history or something? Hey, Chinese history and Oriental history aren't the same thing. You tell her, Junpei. This one's called History of the Western World. Well, I'd assume it's about European history. Yeah. Just gonna leave it at that, Snake. Doesn't seem like you... doesn't seem like you. Oh. Hey, look at this. This book's called Greek Mythology. Damn, that thing's huge. Can't imagine anyone's actually read the whole thing. Pretty sure it just put me to sleep. You just really want to sleep, don't you, Seven? What's Hellenism? I think it's something like a fusion of Greek and Oriental culture. Oh yeah, the Hellenic era. Okay. Yeah. Permian creatures? Seems a little fancy for some kind of prehistoric critter. Not to mention most of them were likely reptiles and amphibians. Without hair, I can't imagine they had much need of perms. Oh. 7. No. That's got nothing to do with this. Okay. I think that's all of them. Books about history. Black hole hypothesis. Did that. Okay. Yep, I think we're good. Got all the lights. This is the math. Yep. I think we have everything. So let's put in these bulbs. Alright, so there are 3 lights in here. I'm gonna change these bulbs. Now they should... Oh. Whoa! These light bulbs really make a difference. It's pretty bright in here now. It's a small enclosure with 9 sides. There are 3 of these things that look like kind of like music stands. Okay, how about we try putting these picture books on the stands? Then... Awesome! It looks like it worked. Way to go, Junpei. Good job, buddy. There's something projecting on the bottom. These letters, they seem familiar. Sheldrake 5! Ha ha! To Sheldrake. Sheldrake 5. It says Sheldrake on the spine of this book. It's got the volume number written on the lower part of the spine. So yes, I know. I want Sheldrake 5.
Sheldrake 5?
I think I saw the rest of this collection somewhere.
Yeah, I think it was somewhere around here.
Let's go take a look.
Okay.
Sheldrake.
Have you heard of him? Sheldrake, I mean.
I have. I'm trying to remember who he is.
Yeah, Lotus told me about him.
Oh, is that why I've heard of him?
There's a British biochemist named Sheldrake.
That's
He
why I
has a
know.
rather interesting theory. Morphogenetic fields, which relies on the theory of morphic resonance.
Morphogenetic fields.
Really? From Lotus, huh?
Oh, hey. He's got the, not the Venus. Hermes. Mercury. He's got the Mercury symbol on him. Interesting.
Well, Clover also said something to me about that stuff.
She did?
Yeah, what was it?
The ability to access a morphogenetic field is affected by a couple of things. The first is epiphany, and the other is danger.
Danger zone.
That girl. I told her not to tell anyone.
You did? Why?
Well...
Look, man, I didn't push it because we're in a hurry, but I'm kind of sick of this. How about you just tell me, okay?
Fair enough. Go, Junpei, go. By the way, your left arm looks really nice. I mean, for a fake arm, that's pretty good.
Tell you what?
Don't give me that. About the experiment.
Ugh. Very well, fine. I'll tell you everything. But not here. Let's move to the top floor.
Why?
I suppose I might as well start by telling you why I kept quiet, and why I made sure Clover did as well.
Solid. I like it.
To be honest, the explanation is quite simple. Zero told me not to. I had little choice. He didn't walk up and tell me, of course. He gave me a message engraved on a card.
That's
So many cards.
a Braille card. It looks just like the one you showed us earlier.
Does not. It'll have different dots.
So you had 2 cards.
No, only one.
Oh, okay. Good. Same dots. He just didn't tell. He didn't say it all.
Huh? What do you mean? I thought that card just had some rules for the nonary game on it.
Yes, it did. And those were the rules I read you. However, they were not the only thing on the card. There was something I didn't read. Well, perhaps I should say, there was something I couldn't read.
And that was?
Tell no one of the events that took place 9 years ago. Tell, and I activate your sister's detonator. It's a threat on our lives.
Oh.
Yeah. Good reason.
Well, what about Clover? Did she get a message from Zero too?
I don't believe she did. But doesn't it strike you as strange that Zero would shut my mouth, but not hers?
Yeah.
To be on the safe side, however, I told her it was best not to tell anyone. Still, apparently she told you. That girl.
What's wrong with her telling me? I figured some stuff out with the things she told me. I mean, it looks like the whole activate her detonator thing was just a bluff. She's prancing around downstairs happy as a clam now that you're back.
That's very true. I've decided I can trust you.
Everybody can trust Junpei.
I've decided to tell you the truth. The chance that Santa is Zero is very high. I feel I can assume Santa doesn't have the time to observe us at the moment. And at any rate, even if he were, I very much doubt he would kill us.
Why?
Clover told me about the 4-leaf clover, about the words. If he knew about that, then he was in my group during the first experiment. I'm sure of it. He wouldn't kill us, no matter what the situation was.
Hey, Snake?
Yes, I know. You want to know what happened during the experiment.
Everyone had tea and crumpets.
Yeah.
How much do you know?
Clover told me about...
I see.
Clover told me about cutscene.
The morphogenetic field in the experiments 9 years prior. How...
Yeah. Well, 2 locations, one being in the ship and the other being in a building in Nevada.
And the girl that died during the experiment. She told you all that, did she? At any rate, I now know how much you've learned. All that remains for us to determine
is who did this and why, right?
And what the name of the girl was.
Yes.
Can you tell me what happened?
Yes. The people who organized the initial experiment were from a company called Cradle Pharmaceuticals. There were 4 of them running the show.
I really hope I managed to sync up the audio just perfectly, otherwise that's going to sound really weird.
Gentaro Hongo, Nagisa Nijisaki, Teruaki Kubota, Kagechika Musashido. Hongo was the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals.
Ace.
Nijisaki was his right-hand man and did the lion's share of the planning.
Don't know.
Kubota led the company's research and development division.
9th man? Possibly.
Musashido was their majority stockholder.
No idea.
It was these 4 people who planned the initial experiment. Let me simplify it for you. Hongo designed it, and Nijisaki put it all together. Kubota developed the technology required, and Musashido provided the cash.
So it's Hongo, Nijisaki, Kubota, Musashido...
Of course, more than 4 people were required to conduct an experiment of this scale.
Nah, you could do it. I really like the pinstripe. It's a nice look.
To that end, they organized a top-secret team to assist them with their research. All in all, they gathered 10 people or so. Those 10 completed their team, and they were able to begin the project.
14 people in all.
They named it the Nonori Project. The purpose of the experiment was to research the prospect of controlling a human mind through sheer will. The vessel, I suppose you could say, for this control was the morphogenetic field.
I'm not sure if I'd say vessel. Maybe more of mechanism? But, I'll go with it.
Why did the glycerin suddenly begin to crystallize?
Because people were being able to make it in a more pure form. And I know they said that, same procedure, same thing, but if you start with a pure substance and you make it pure, there's a chance it could crystallize.
Why did the crystal structure of EDT undergo a sudden change?
To be fair, I haven't researched that one yet.
Why did the rats improve their puzzle-solving skills with each generation?
Because, you funnel towards the rats, that would actually go toward there.
Experiments with humans produce the same results. The more people who knew the answer to a question, the more there were who could answer correctly without having seen the problem before.
I already covered this.
Why is that? How could it happen? The answer is that the shape of the answer has been stored in a field invisible to the naked eye.
Sure.
And through that field, the resonant event transmits information related to that answer. That's essentially the idea behind morphogenetic fields.
But that's just a theory.
Can't bring yourself to believe it?
No.
Yeah.
Let's say someone killed another person because the devil told them to do it. Whether the devil exists or not has no relevance to the murder. They believe the devil exists. Whether or not he does is immaterial.
Fair.
So what matters here is that Hongo believed in the morphogenetic field.
That's right.
But I still don't get it. You said they wanted to figure out how to control people, right? That is what you were saying.
Yes.
So how are they going to do that with a morphogenetic field?
I'll keep it simple. Let's suppose 10,000 people have solved a certain problem. The chance of you knowing that answer, even if no one has told you, will go up. Let's have
Fair.
another example, shall we? Say 1 million people were to do a handstand right now. Tomorrow, the chances of you doing a handstand would be higher, even if you had heard nothing of this hypothetical mass handstanding.
The mass handstanding incident.
Mankind's thought process and actions are all part of a resonant event.
Groupthink, group mind, collective unconscious.
All of the resonant events encoded in the fields are projected onto you. Of course, this assumes you believe in this theory. Do you follow so far?
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, if there was a person who had the same effect as those millions of people, what would happen? If that one person were to do a handstand, other people would find themselves wanting to do handstands as well. Can you imagine what a person with powers like that would be able to do?
Make a lot of people go to the bathroom when they do? I mean, yes, I know. Plenty of other things too, but I was like, okay, if everything they do is transmitted to the entirety of the, human race, then, there's going to be a lot of bland stuff transmitted too.
Come on, there's no way.
I'm not done. Imagine another scenario. Imagine another person. This is an ordinary person. Let's say he does a handstand. What if there was someone who could grab the resonant event he created by doing that and use it to make other people do handstands? What would happen then?
It'd be a lot easier to weed out the bland stuff.
A person who has the power to write to the field, and someone who can read from the same. You could think of them as the writer and the reader, or the transmitter and the receiver. What would the world be like if there were people with abilities like these?
So the transmitter's resonant event can be transmitted through the field and sent to the receiver. And then the transmitter can control the receiver however they wish. That's what you're saying, right?
Yes. Close enough, at least.
Come on, that's just crazy.
Well, if you want to prove that, then you'll have to test it first. At least, that was how they thought.
Plus, you couldn't really get them to do anything that you wouldn't do.
That was why they decided to do their experiment. That was how the Nonary project began. By the way, Junpei, have you ever heard of the Gansfeld experiment?
Yeah, that was an experiment in telepathy, right?
Mm-hmm.
You place a pair of subjects in separate rooms. Then you show one a picture and ask the other what they see.
Interesting. I'm impressed. Yes, that is exactly correct.
So, why did you bring up the Gansfeld experiment?
Because it kind of, relates to exactly what we're doing.
It was used to screen subjects for the Nonary project.
Oh, that too, yeah.
The hospital in a remote town was affiliated with Cradle Pharmaceuticals. Hongo used it to conduct experiments on visiting children in secret. Some of them, he found, had potential. He began to gather children that showed promise. Children that seemed as though they might be able to access the field. Of course, none of them volunteered. They were kidnapped.
Bum bum bum. I'd give it a more serious bum bum bum, but we kinda knew this.
There were 9 pairs of siblings taken, for 18 children total.
I thought there were only 16 taken.
For reasons that were not fully understood at the time, each pair had 1 transmitter and 1 receiver. They were split perfectly. As such, the 18 children were split into 2 groups of 9. The children who were put into Group Q were the ones who excelled at transmitting. They were transferred to the mock experiment building known as Building Q in the Nevada desert. The children who excelled at receiving were put in Group A.
Q and A as opposed to anything else, but okay.
Group A was then placed on the former hospital ship Gigantic. From the experiments he had conducted so far, Hongo had learned the following. There are 2 things that can increase one's resonance with the fields. The first is epiphany. The other is danger.
Nah, I already said it.
Have you ever been faced with an especially difficult problem and thought about it very long and very hard until finally an answer suddenly appeared in your mind?
Yeah, though usually if I get those, they just kind of happen right off the bat. There was a great time in middle school. Teacher put up a really complex equation divided by complex equation. And he's like, okay, solve it. I look and I go, 1. And he's like, how did you do that? I'm like, it sounded reasonable. No, I did. I was just really certain it was 1. So, anyway.
It may seem obvious to say so, but that is what is meant by epiphany. The information obtained through that epiphany can be easily transmitted through the fields, where it can be easily interpreted. Adding danger to that equation allows for even easier field access. That's where Hongo came in. They set up a number of puzzles across the Gigantic. The participants had to solve each one before they could move to the next room. Of course, he hadn't forgotten to include danger.
Danger.
He had detonated a bomb on the hull of the Gigantic. The children in Group A were forced to play the Nonary game as the ship sunk. By forcing the children into a life-or-death situation, Hongo hoped to increase the likelihood of their tapping into the fields.
Or getting access to adrenaline, which is always nice.
The children from Group Q, on the other hand, were confined to the mock experiment building, Building Q. Building Q duplicated the interior and puzzles of the Gigantic exactly. Every detail was exactly the same. Hongo explained the situation to the children in Group Q. Solve the puzzles you find throughout the rooms. When you have the answers, transmit that information to the children in Group A. If you succeed, they will be able to solve the puzzles and escape. But if you fail, then the Gigantic will sink, and your brothers and sisters will drown.
I wonder if we're actually in the mock experiment building in Nevada. It would be a lot easier to hide, and a lot easier to, control the quote-unquote sinking.
Those were his orders. Do you know why the astronauts of Apollo 13 were able to return to Earth safely?
The hard work of engineers?
It was because NASA had access to a replica of the Apollo 13 capsule.
Well, this is true. And they had one of the pilots go in and just try it. Like, keep trying testing things.
All of the equipment, the instruments, everything. All of it identical. Everything was just like the real Apollo 13. NASA was able to replicate the situation the astronauts found themselves in. By putting themselves in the same situation, they attempted to solve the problems the astronauts were dealing with. Once they found solutions, they reported their findings to the men aboard the actual capsule. That was how they were able to return safely. It was the same with the Gigantic in Building Q. The children from Group Q had to use the power of epiphany to solve the puzzles they found.
So wait, why did... in Building Q, so they put Group A in Building Q? Oh wait, no. Okay, Group Q. That's A. Okay.
And transmit what they learned through the fields. The children in Group A, however, they had to access the fields to learn how they might advance to the next stage. That is the simplest explanation I can manage.
And so the kids in Group A just couldn't figure out the puzzles on their own? Just saying.
Huh.
Hey, Junpei, Snake! How much longer are you two gonna sit around on those bony asses?
Fair.
Get down here already!
He's right. Let's go, shall we? We don't have much time. We need to get out of here, and soon.
Hold it. There's one more thing I want to ask you.
Hmm?
Are you sure that there were 18 kids?
Why?
Well, I thought it was only 16.
Hey, good job, Junpei.
Oh, yes. That was what they said on the news, wasn't it? Yes, I have no doubt that 18 children were abducted and used in Hongo's experiment.
So an extra 2, eh?
After all, you couldn't exactly play a nonary game with any less, could you?
Well, yeah, but are you saying that the news got it wrong?
Yes, I am. There were 2 more children. However, they had no relatives that I'm aware of. I imagine no one filed a police report when they went missing.
That's not very nice.
They were brother and sister, like Clover and I. The brother's name was Aoi.
Aoi.
The sister's name was...
Nona?
Her name was...
Nona?
Her name was Akane.
Akane. Oh no.
That was the girl who died.
What? What?
Akane Kurashiki died? 9 years ago?
Well, to be fair, we don't know if it's Kurashiki.
Then, who is June? No. It's impossible. It can't be true. Akane isn't that uncommon of a name.
Yeah, right?
If Snake had known her last name, that's a different matter entirely. So they share a name. A lot of other people do too. It doesn't mean anything.
Thank you.
It was someone else. Of course it was. It has to be.
Is something wrong, Junpei? Your breathing sounds strange.
Oh, no, it's nothing. I'm fine. Let's get back down there, all right? I couldn't do it. Why didn't I ask? What's her last name? I just couldn't get the words to come out.
Because that would kill the suspense. Okay. Now can we check out Sheldrake 5? Sheldrake, this is it. This is what the shadow picture was pointing to. But didn't it say 5 at the end of the shadow picture? Yes, I think we need to find the 5th volume. Well, would you look at that? There's a big red button behind this book. I guess we should press this button. Okay. I'm a born button pusher. Ah. What was that sound? It sounded like something really big was moving. It came from the top floor. Alright, let's go check it out. Away! Hello. 8, 9, 10, 13. No, geez, wow. Way to go, Daedon. 13, 9, 10, 13. There we go. This looks like an output monitor. I bet the letters you type in on the keyboard will show up here. So, 13, 9, 10, 13. Well, I bet you gotta type something on that keyboard. Yeah, but you can only enter letters. It looks like you can only enter 4 letters. Let's see how it works. I guess you need to hit enter once you type the letters. You can erase what you typed with clear. Okay, I get the basic operations. Let's give it a shot. No, let's not. Damn it! I just don't get this. What the hell is the point of these Roman... What is Snake doing? These Roman numerals, if you convert them to Arabic numerals, you'll have 13, 14... 14? Oh, jeez. Wow. Oy. I apologize, everyone. I lose all the points that I gained from books. 13, 14, 10, and 13. I knew that. I really did. True. This keyboard only has letters, and it can only enter 4 letters. Then why don't you just convert the numbers to letters? Oh, yeah. Convert the numbers to letters? Yeah, I'll do that later. First, I want to check these out. Alright, this handle's going to open the door for me. Darg. Man, doesn't matter how hard we pull, this thing isn't going anywhere. Looks like it's probably locked. Let's try this one. Come on, door, open. Nothing. I might as well try to open a wall. I know you're feeling kind of rushed, but you do realize that's pointless, don't you? It's not going to get you anywhere. There's only one thing we can do. Let's go. Alright. Now that I've tried those. Okay, so 13, 14, 10, and 13. Now, if we go hexadecimal, we're going to get one thing. But let's go ahead and hold off and just try the basic alphabet first. So... M, N, J, M. Okay, that's probably not it. So let's go to hexadecimal, because this game loves its hexadecimal. So, and here we go again. I remember F is 15. So, A is 10. B is 11. C is 12. D is 13. D, E, A, D. Okay. Sure, why not? Let's try this again. Ta-da! Yay! You did it, Junpei! It's unlocked now. Good job, Junpei. Whoa there, don't get too excited. The password was dead, remember? Just makes me think whatever's waiting for us isn't good. So what? Geez, you're such an old lady. I can't be worrying about stuff like that. I mean, come on, we got it to unlock, didn't we? Let's go, hurry up. Plus, it's not like we haven't been using deads all through this game. It's a thick metal door. There's a handle in the middle of it, though. Alright, handle, it's time we got this over with. Rrrg. Damn it, I can't get it open. This thing won't even budge. What? Why not? We put in the password, what else do we have to do? Then that means it's the other door. Alright, let's get this thing open. Okay, so really it was just whichever door you choose second. You found it! Yay!
Alright, this is the next...
Ugh, the door!
Did that just close on its own?
Don't tell me we can't go back.
I don't know. Let's see. Damn it. It looks like it locks automatically.
Is there any other way out?
Well, there's another door over on the right. There's
That's
a
a lot
card
of
reader
junk.
next to it. It's got a red light on it, though, so I'm pretty sure it's locked, too.
But there is a card reader, right?
Yeah.
Then perhaps if we find a key card, we could open the door and leave?
How about the key card we used to get in here?
Well, yeah, that might work, but...
Hey! Wait a minute! Are you saying we're gonna have to search through this room for one little card?
Oh, man.
Looks that way.
No way!
For real?
Well, we can sit down and wait to die, if that's what you prefer.
It would be easier on the feet.
I rather doubt that, however, so it would be wise to start looking. We haven't much time. Let's find that key card. Oh, and the Neptune key as well. We won't be able to get through the hallway without it. All right then, let's begin.
Now we've got all of us and Crotch Ninja looking for it. It'll work. Seek a way out. I could make this kind of a short episode, I imagine. Because I have been doing a lot of long ones lately. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. Sorry folks, it's going to be a slightly shorter episode than usual. Hopefully it'll still just barely reach the 1 hour mark. Because that's kind of where I try to ballpark it. But, hope you all enjoyed this. We are definitely making progress. Let's go and check the flow. Yep, we have made it through 1 escape room and 1 novel section. We've got a ways to go. Alright. So, work continues to be crazy, but I still think I should be able to get out about 1 of these a week. I'll try to let you know, perhaps by editing the description of my latest video, if there's going to be a particular delay of more than maybe a few days. So, yeah, I guess that's it for tonight. Until next time, hope you all enjoyed. Feel free to put down in the comments anything that could be done to make my videos any better, or if you just want to go ahead and leave notes of enjoyment, I always like those. As always, don't put anything spoilerific in there unless it's using Rot 13. Feel free to like and subscribe, and until next time, Daedon out.